Anybody else?
Should the Defence Secretary and the Vice...
Wait, what country are you
from? The UK.
Okay, we don't give a crap about your opinion.
Why aren't UK parties standing up for Britain's interests?
This was not only sloppy, it not only violated all procedures, but if this information had gotten out, American lives could have been lost.
So to give some context, the Republicans have absolutely made a hash of it because they invited a journalist onto a private signal chat, which included the Vice President, talking about war aims in Yemen and discussing war plans. This embarrassing security lapse slightly explains Greene's aggressive deflection when faced with questions. And let's face it, Marjorie Taylor Greene has always been on the side of crazy. Have a classic Jewish space lasers, where Marjorie Taylor Greene posted on Facebook that she thought that the wildfires in California had been created by space lasers operated by Jewish people. British journalist Emily Maitlis absolutely nailed her on this.
And can you tell me why so many people that support Donald Trump love conspiracy theories, including yourself? He seems to attract lots of conspiracy theorists.
Well, let me tell you, you're a conspiracy theorist, and the left and the media spreads more conspiracy theories. We like the truth, we like supporting our Constitution, our freedoms, and America first. So
what about Jewish space lasers? Tell us about Jewish space lasers.
No, why don't you go talk about Jewish space lasers, and really, why don't you off? How about that?
Thanks, thank you very much.
So now you know a little bit more about Marjorie Taylor Greene, as well as what's happened in the US government leaking war plans online via Signal. Let's have a listen to what Marjorie Taylor Greene had to say to the British journalist.
Representative, another story that relates to the media today. Have you seen the new information revealed by the Atlantic magazine about the Signal texts?
We're talking about NPR and PBS, not the Atlantic.
But do you believe that this was classified information that was shared on that group?
No, the administration has said it is not classified information. I think this is a continuance of someone like you to try to push an issue that isn't even relevant, and I think that we're carrying on. Thank you.
Detail of timings and weapons, is that not classified information?
Yes. Yeah. Anybody else?
Should the Defence Secretary and the Vice...
Wait, what country are you
from? The UK.
Okay, we don't give a crap about your opinion and your reporting. Why don't you go back to your country where you have a major migrant problem?
Okay.
I mean, this is full-on racism, xenophobia. She's just gone all out and started attacking a Brit for no reason other than asking a question, which, by the way, is in the American Constitution, freedom of press, the right to free speech to ask a question. And she's completely attacked it. And saying something so outrageous like that on camera, that's someone desperate for attention and validation. And she'll know that she's going to get pushed back on that, and then she'll use it to play the victim card like you've seen in all the other clips.
Do you care about American lives being put at risk? About service members fighting for your country?
I don't care
and
about
your Vice President and your Defence Secretary?
Yeah, this is an American journalist. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm an American, and I'd like to hear your answer to what she's asking.
I'm not answering her question
right,
because I don't care about her network. If you would like to ask, I can answer.
More xenophobia. I'm not answering your question because you're not American. That's what she's just said. Thankfully, that American journalist stepped in and covered Marta's back and said, no, I want to ask that question, you're going to answer it.
Any concerns whatsoever about the complete disregard of operational security from the top level of this administration?
You want to know about complete disregard about operational security? You should talk about the Biden administration and how they ripped our borders open.
What has that got to do with anything? She's absolutely mad. But this is classic stuff that you see from Trump and his organization. Deflect. Deny. Deny. Deny.
The Trump administration is doing a great job, and I stand by their statements.
So you have
I stand by their statements. My comment to you is I'm thankful to President Trump that he is leading us out of wars, that he's ending the war in Ukraine.
Imagine being a teacher, like let's say in history, and asking a student a simple question like that, and they come back with that as a response. It's just mind-blowing. The stuff that we ask our students and kids to do, these adults are refusing.
Where American lives could have been killed if Joe Biden was still president today, whether he liked it or not. We're talking about NPR and PBS today. We're talking about fake news that was funded with federal funding from American taxpayers. That's what this is about today, not journalists from the UK.
A journalist is being vilified for exposing failings in the way that your government conducts itself. Is that not that journalist doing a good job?
She's just stormed off because she can't handle what she said.
Does Defence Secretary Hegseth need to resign over this, Representative?
Absolutely not. He's doing a great job.
It's such a good job that the Lincoln Project have announced their own lettuce for Mike Hegseth to see who lasts longer.
He's doing a great job, but he was putting American service members' lives at risk.
Your country's going to put
This is
lives fighting a war in Ukraine that's not even a member of NATO.
Is this an exercise in deflection?
This should be an exercise in you worrying about your own country.
Martha, I mean, quite a spiky interaction there with Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, we've come to expect those sorts of responses from her, but I think it also gives us a sense of just how this administration and those around it are reacting at every twist and turn when it comes to this particular incident.
Yeah, Marjorie Greene is one of the most aggressive readers of the fraying Trump playbook when confronted by crisis like this. It is a strategy of discredit, distract, deny, and she is an absolute master at it. You heard her there reacting to those questions about whether this was classified information or not. First of all, talking about the Biden administration, then talking about America's border problem, and then in a remarkable act of contortion, focusing on the UK and problems that perhaps the UK in her mind is facing. So
it really was some sort of cocaine political yoga being thrown at us by Marjorie Taylor Greene.
This is not just something that Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying. This is, what Team Trump is doing as a whole when they're reacting to this fiasco that's unfolding. They're casting the villain of this piece as the journalist at the centre of it, Jeffrey Goldberg, who is the editor of The Atlantic magazine, who was inadvertently invited into this group chat. You have Donald Trump calling him a sleazebag, Michael Waltz, the national security advisor, equating him to a journalist trying to make a name for himself. Team Trump clearly trying to tough out this scandal, and in this post-truth world, you wouldn't bet against them.
I would, and I'm telling you right now, if this continues, they're going to lose both the Senate and the Congress. That's my prediction. All the Democrats need to do is start building a platform for someone to run in 4 years. But the other thing, and it's a continual pattern with these guys, no comment from the guys who claim to be about Britain and protecting Britons at all. Not one criticism of Donald Trump. And it's not surprising because Brexit has made the UK so much weaker. So much so, these guys will not criticise Donald Trump or the Americans. And that means they will not back Brits, especially if they come into conflict with America in any way, shape or form. And the way I can further prove this, not one comment about defending Canada, who is literally being threatened and harangued by the American government. This is Brexit Britain. We're having to beg Donald Trump not to put tariffs on British goods. We can't even defend our own journalists and our own interests because there is no leverage when dealing with either the US or the EU. We have to submit to their rules. Whereas when we were in the EU, we were able to put up a staunch fight against stuff like this. And that would include, and I would have expected, someone from government to stand up for that journalist being attacked like that. You won't see it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, either with Marjorie Taylor Greene being a bit wild, or the damage of Brexit. Once again, thank you to all of my Patreon and YouTube subscribers. You keep this channel going and growing. If you'd like to help out, there's a link in the description, or you can buy me a coffee. Once again, thanks for listening. Bye for now.